My name is Vic Wiener, and I am a first-year law student at the University of Tulsa College of Law. I came to the University of Tulsa about 6 years out of my undergraduate program after working in the social work field for a number of years and realizing how many of the barriers my clients faced were less a result of their own choices and more a result of systems that were not set up to be welcoming or inclusive of them. So before coming to law school, the past 5 years, I worked at Youth Services of Tulsa here in Tulsa. And 4 of those years was as the LGBTQ program coordinator, where I was responsible for leading a program that supported LGBTQ youth in the Tulsa area. We worked with about 24, 25 schools, depending on the year, and about 600 students, all in the broader Tulsa area, supporting them both as they came out, as they lived in their schools with their families, making sure they had access to resources, and it was an incredible honor to get to support them through that. I came to law school because I love supporting people, and I wanted to work in this world to make this a safer place for everyone. And a lot of the times as an advocate, I felt as though my hands were tied simply because I didn't have access to the knowledge or the resources necessary to support the young people I worked with. And so now as a law student and as a future lawyer, I hope that I am able to help them access greater services and also change a lot of the unjust systems that continue to keep people in dangerous situations or in unjust situations that they don't deserve. I was accepted to work as a summer law clerk at the National Center for Youth Law in Washington, D.C. this coming summer. And at the National Center for Youth Law, I will be supporting lawyers who are working on impact litigation to address the needs of low-income youth around the country. And they address needs around immigration, juvenile detention, education, and housing, among many other issues. I found out about the National Center for Youth Law through the Professional Development Office here at the University of Tulsa, and was able to work with the Professional Development Office to prepare the materials necessary to send to DC, and interviewed and accepted the position. The most valuable thing to me at TU Law has been the incredible support from the faculty and staff here. I hadn't expected it coming in because you hear a lot about the competitiveness and the cutthroatness of law school. And what I discovered is even some of the more intimidating professors are the kindest and warmest people who truly want their students to succeed and will do anything to make that happen. And learning in an environment where I know that everyone wants me to succeed and it's not just me fighting my way through an academic system has helped me be as successful as I have been and has made me want to continue attending TU. If I was speaking to prospective students, and I think I can speak specifically to the needs of transgender students as a transgender individual myself, one of the things I was most worried about as I applied to law schools was coming into an environment where I would be working with faculty and staff who were not prepared to support a transgender student. And as I applied to various schools, I saw some universities that very publicly had places to put names and pronouns on their applications. And when I applied to TU at that point, this is no longer true, they did not have that. But as soon as I told the admissions office that I was transgender and explained some of the needs I would have as a student, they immediately jumped into action, and that included changing materials for the university. They updated the dress code to make sure that it was going to be inclusive. They made sure I would have access to safe bathrooms, and they made sure that all of my professors knew the most respectful way to speak about and with me, and also the way to address students who might have trouble with it. And it was an incredible experience to see a university go completely out of their way for one student to make sure that I would feel as safe and as supported as possible. And it's been an incredible experience to work with people as they are learning, but as they are doing everything in their power to make this a positive learning environment for me. If I was talking to what we would call non-traditional students, so students who have been out of undergraduate for a while and are maybe ready for a career change or are looking for a career change, I think the law can be really intimidating. We often, again, see images of young people, vigorous right out of undergrad, jumping into this very competitive field. And I think for me as a non-traditional student, the work ethic I developed as a professional, learning to manage my own time and make sure that I was using my time effectively has helped me succeed in law school in a way that I would not have right out of undergraduate. And I was also surprised to see how many of my classmates were they were not immediately out of undergraduate, they were coming in after careers and deciding to do a career change.